Hi guys, listen to this. Hazrat Abu Darda radiallahu anhu said, glorify Almighty Allah during the time of prosperity and happiness, and it will help you in times of distress and trouble. Hazrat Salman Farsi radiallahu anhu said, if a person remembers Allah in times of peace, pleasure, and prosperity, then whenever he is in trouble and difficulty, the angels, being familiar with his voice, recognize him in his helplessness and intercede before Almighty Allah for his forgiveness. But if one who does not remember Allah in his time of pleasure but happens to pray for help at the time of difficulty, the angels find his voice to be quite unfamiliar and therefore do not intercede for him. How cool is that? Like, when I first read this, I'm like, that is wonderful. Because you know now how angels are always like surrounding us, they are the ones always around us, right? When we, recording our good deeds and stuff like that and other things. So, naturally, they say this is saying that if they know your voice, if they know you to be someone that even when things are okay, like life is good, you're happy, you've gotten everything you want, nothing is really distressing you or anything like that, you still kind of find time to still remember Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You are kind of Allah conscious, right? You are always thinking about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You don't need to be in distress before you remember Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So they kind of become, so you're always in, and how do you remember Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Always doing zikr. Every small thing you're talking about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Zikr in the sense that, like, for instance, Subhanallahi walhamdulillahi wa la ilaha illallah Allahu Akbar or la ilaha illallah وحده لا شريك له وله الملك وله الحمد وهو على كل شيء قدير. You can do it 100 times in the morning. Subhanallah wa bihamdi 100 times in the morning and evening. Stuff like that. Recitation of the Quran. You know how they say, that when in any gathering that's the people are gathered and they are talking about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, remembering Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, angels are there. They are surrounding you there. So they are drawn to stuffs like this. So recitation of the Quran, you're always reciting the Quran. They will now come and know you for this thing, right? You'll be known for this thing. And like, oh, I know this person. Oh, I know this voice, right? I'm just like imagining it. And then the second you have a like, or you don't have any, or you are sick like this, or something unexpected. You know how life can be, and they will just like life will just happen, and 1 minute you are like this, the next minute you are in distress. And then you sort of raise your hand and you call unto Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They'll be like, wait, we know this person. Sharp, 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 sharp. Let's go and talk to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on his behalf. That's the intercession they are talking about here, which is cool. As opposed to you never remember Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Everything is going well for you. Shane husband they pray for before they don't get their husband. So why you won't remember God again? Something like that. Maybe if you were asking for money before, now you have money, everything is okay for you, you are doing very well in your business or your workplace, everything is just fine, you're getting the promotions, you are solving problems, everything is just going well for you. So please, you barely remember Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You just wake up in the morning, you are going to do your thing and everything is working out fine for you and you think it's by your might and you sort of put Allah aside, astaghfirullah. So it is when something unexpected, because we are humans, like I said earlier, you don't have control over everything. So life will happen and you find yourself in the hospital, God forbid. Or something distressful, then you now say, call God, which is really good. It's good to call God, but when the angels will, according to this, will fast track things for you, make things really, speak on your behalf and ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for you. So it's really wonderful. Hazrat Ibn Abbas radiallahu anh said, paradise has 8 gates, one of which is exclusively reserved for those who are engaged in zikr. Wow. It is said in one hadith, a person who constantly does zikr of Allah is immune from hypocrisy in faith. Wonderful. And according to another hadith, he is loved by Allah, by Almighty Allah. I mean, naturally, you always talk about someone you love, so naturally Allah will love you back. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala count us among those that are always engaged in zikr, and may we be worthy of, being gaining the intercession of the angels. Thank you guys for listening. May we remember to always do zikr. Please. Subhanallah, alhamdulillah, Allahu Akbar. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.